So I brought James on the channel. As you already know, my name's Josh. I'm a YouTuber, cover IT, cybersecurity, education, and career things. And also I'm a CourseCareers instructor for the IT course. And we have James here with us. He just finished the course. So like last month or so?
Yep.
Yeah, and he agreed to come on here and be interviewed. And he was actually the first person, I believe, to finish the course, and he finished it really quickly. So welcome and thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the interview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and before we get started, I want to kind of talk about it early on. You have a YouTube, right? You created one kind of recently.
I did, and the only reason I created the YouTube channel was for the GitHub portion of the CourseCareers. And I remember you telling me that if I'm going to use videos to show my work, to show your own videos. So the only way I knew how to href the videos and was through making a YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend. So part of the course, we set up like a portfolio using GitHub, and I kind of recommended. I'm like, it's really nice if you make your own videos and kind of, you know, showcase your projects and stuff. And that's what he did. So what's your channel? Is it just like your name, or how can people find you on there?
I think my channel is James J Grizz, or let me actually look that up.
Sure.
Yeah, so yep, it's just James J Grizz. That's it.
Okay.
JAMES JGRIZZ. Man, I don't know it off the top of my head. I only got 2 videos on there. I just have it to watch YouTube. So,
yeah.
But now that I do have content on there and I am in IT, I will try to post more videos on there. Try to be more interactive with the content creating side.
Sounds good. And then I'll get the link and I'll put it in the description or something like this. So
gotcha.
Cool. So oh yeah, and I am interviewing James because he actually got a job after graduating the course. So I wanted to ask, like, before you got into the course in the IT, what were you doing as far as like your career and jobs go?
Man, I was all over. Before I was a union carpenter, and work was getting really slow. Laid off, calling job site to job site. Still wasn't no work going on. So then I started driving full time as a medical carrier, and it was, you know, real sweet job. But I was driving a lot. Like sometimes to make my daily quota, I would have to drive like 12 hours a day or 13 hours a day if the workload was slow. I remember one time I drove 16 hours.
Wow.
Straight.
Dang. That sounds unhealthy.
Yeah, so I was on the road a whole lot. I didn't like it. My wife didn't like it. And when I came across IT, I was watching this one YouTube channel called Anthony O'Neill.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yeah, I was Anthony O'Neill, and he interviewed a guy about being into tech and how lucrative it is, and he actually brought up CourseCareers, and that's what made me in the CourseCareers. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool. So, how long, if you remember, how long did it take you to complete the course from the time you enrolled to the time you finished the exam? Do you remember?
It took me about a week and a half.
It was so fast. I didn't intend for that when I was making the course, so I was like, "What?"
Yeah, about a week, and it probably would have been sooner. But when I first registered, it was for the sales, the sales course. What is it? Sales developmental rep.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Like I didn't even know that CourseCareers had an IT course. Like I just stumbled on and hit the little orange button by mistake, and then I seen IT technology, and I was like, okay, I much rather do this than.
Yeah, I think it was good. It was like brand new, but it was like brand new by the time you registered, I think. So then you were like one of the first-ish people in there.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just yeah, about a week and a half.
Yeah.
And compared to the sales course, it's like way shorter.
Oh yeah.
They way shorter. So I'm like, all right, this is manageable.
And you did it on an iPad too, right? All the labs and stuff also.
I did everything on the iPad.
That was
Everything.
I didn't intend for that. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, I did the whole course on the iPad. I had a laptop, but the screen got busted. I could barely use it. And the other iPad, and the other laptop is my wife's laptop, and it's like a whole lot of restrictions on it because it's only used for work. So it was like I don't want to
Yeah.
use what I had.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel you, but that's cool. It's awesome actually.
Yeah,
Um
I figure it's possible because like with the virtual machines, I'm not using my actual data on my iPad. Everything's like in the cloud. So I was like, all right, it should work.
yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, it
And,
did.
and it worked.
That's amazing. Cool. And then, so do you remember from the time that you graduated to the time you got your, well, for the time, I guess, that you got your first job offer and then finally the one you accepted, do you know how long, I guess, that took you to find a job?
So I completed the program October 20th. I think I got my first interview within about I want to say like another week,
Wow.
maybe like week and a half going into November.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to remember the name of the first agency. It was called Lucas IT. I got my little notes right here.
Ah,
It's
nice.
called Lucas. Yeah, it's called the first place was Lucas IT Staffing Agency.
Mm.
I got an interview with them, and then I also got another interview with a company called Robert Half. Got an email, but that one didn't fall through. And
Mm.
then the one that I ended up accepting was Marikey.
Okay.
Now, funny story about this. When I applied to Marikey, at the bottom of the page, I see that they were formerly known as NHS. I used to work for NHS about like 5, 6 years ago before I got into the Carpenters Union,
Mm.
and I was working as a DSP. So I applied, and I had got a text message from the well. First, I got the email from the hiring manager, and she asked me, when's a good time to schedule interviews, and also when's a good time. What am I looking to be paid?
Mm.
Like my pay rate. And then I gave her all of my information, and then we end up texting. And I saved the text message.
Mm. Oh, nice.
Hmm. So let me see. I'm trying to find that text message
Sure.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Take your
Oh,
time. I can like chop this video
yeah,
up.
editor.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Goodness. Should have had this queued up
No, you're good.
because I knew I was going to talk about it. Here is that text message. It's a text message. I know I didn't accidentally delete it. Oh, wait, I think I saved it in my pictures because that was a big deal to me. Got the water.
Yeah.
Jeez. Where's that text message?
Did you start working? This is not. This is just Josh asking. Did you start working already, or you just got onboarded technically?
No, I did. I actually start next tomorrow.
Oh man, that's exciting. Sheesh.
Yep, tomorrow, and the day is my birthday. So like
Oh
the
yeah.
day right, today is my birthday.
Happy
All
birthday.
right, so thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so the text message. Hiring manager name is Justine. Thank you, Justine, for pulling my application. So she told me in the text message that the moment I applied, she was actually taking the job down
Oh.
from LinkedIn.
Oh.
And then she said that something made her open my resume.
Oh, really?
And she seen that I work for NHS, and she said all former employees get an automatic interview.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was like, that's thank God. Like, yeah,
Cool,
like
cool,
I got an automatic interview.
cool. Do you remember if you got other offers and you're just kind of like waiting to see if you would find a good one, or you just accepted that one first?
I was just trying to get my foot in the door. So whoever gave me the first job offer, I was on it. You
Yeah.
know, I just wanted to get my foot in the door, learn the business, get my experience. Like I'm just starting out. I'm not too picky.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, it's like,
yeah.
yeah, like I have to get my feet wet a little bit, you know, but once I seen Marikey, I was like, all right, I much rather go with them because years ago they gave me my first shot, you
Mm.
know, to like having like my first real stable job. And 5 years later, they giving me my first shot again with a first real stable IT job.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's kind of how I do too. When I'm trying to break into something, I tend to prioritize just getting experience first before like anything else, so I can understand like, just
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And they
That just
sound like a nice company, anyways.
they are. They are. They welcome me back with open arms. As a matter of fact, my employee ID number is the same employee ID number I had when I worked there 5 years ago.
Oh, it's funny.
It's the exact same one.
Cool. And then do you feel comfortable with like a ballpark of the salary? And did you negotiate salary at all a little bit, or how did that go?
Like I said, they I don't mind putting this information out. They said they was going to start me off with 22, 26 an hour. And for a person that's very, very, very new in the IT field, you know, no field experience. Only experience I have in IT is CourseCareers.
Oh, well, that's so
You know,
good.
so yeah, so to me that's real good, you know, entry level. So like I said, I'm just getting my foot in the door. As long as I was making somewhere in the 20s, like I wasn't gonna lowball myself too much because I know around that area when it comes to tech, 20s and up is what they pay.
Gotcha. Oh,
Now,
for
one,
well, shit, for your area.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm comfortable with that. Like I know even for entry level coming in, I should at least be starting with 20.
Mm.
You know, so once I heard 22, I'm like, all right, I'm cool with that. You know, like I said, I'm pretty much starting from the bottom. You know, I don't have no experience, you know, besides CourseCareers and all the training. So
Mm. Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
it's
And I
good.
got that job quick.
Yeah, that's the good part. You really save on opportunity costs, because the
Hmm.
maybe course was like $500, and then you got a job like really soon afterwards, and then you can kind
Yeah.
of get your experience, and I think that's totally fine. I think it's good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Now once I get some experience, then I can pick and up my price.
yeah. Plus your YouTube gonna help too, for sure.
Right. Yeah. I'm definitely going to use the YouTube. Studying for my CompTIA A+. You know, so right now I'll take the low numbers, but once I get up there, you know, yesterday's price is
Mm.
not today's price. That's
Yeah.
like Fat Joe said. Yeah.
That's funny. So was there any part of course careers that you found particularly helpful for creating like your resume and like getting the job ultimately? Anything that stands out to you?
The resume did help because when I created my own resume, it was pretty lengthy.
Hmm.
So just seeing how you format your resume, shortening it up, that helped a lot. The the interview portion of CourseCareers, I kind of knew what questions to expect,
Hmm.
so that also helped a lot. And also the GitHub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the GitHub portion, being able to be like, hey, I have experience with Active Directory. I have experience with a ticketing system, OS Ticket. I have experience with Microsoft and Microsoft Azure, VM, virtual machines. I'm able to like physically show them those things.
Yeah. Oh,
So that those three things helped out a lot.
cool. And then did you have like what was your most favorite part of the course and then the most difficult part of the course? Like what comes to mind for those two things?
So my most favorite part of the course, I'm gonna say, is the whole course,
Well, thanks.
and the reason being because everything that we went over throughout the courses, it's relevant to what it is that I'm going to be doing. Like it's everything is relevant. From the GitHub, if you're trying to find a job so you can showcase your work, to the Active Directory, all of the labs is relevant because I'm really am going to be using Active Directory. I really am going to be using a ticketing system.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like all of those things is relevant. Even down to IP addresses and the different parts of the computer. Like if you landed a tech job and you're going to be working on computers, like physically replacing them or anything like that, replacing parts, upgrading servers, printers, like pretty much everything that we covered in the course. That course taught you how to do it, so everything is applicable. The hardest part was just OS ticket.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like a thousand steps to try to download that one ticketing system.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried to make the course. I know the CompTIA is good. I'm not saying they're bad, but their thing is like kind of broad and there's a lot of theory. So with CourseCareers, I tried to only include stuff that is probably on most entry level jobs, and then I tried to go deep in those topics. So I'm glad that that kind of ended up being the case. I'm happy to hear that from you. So cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And OS Ticket was it's really complicated. I was actually worried when I was making that lab because I was like, "This is a lot of steps. I wonder if people are going to like complain about this." But it was a lot, but people seem to be able to get through it, including you. So I was happy, and on an iPad as well. So that's
on the iPad.
that's impressive. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely got through it. I was like, man, I hope I ain't got to do this out in the field.
Oh yeah, they'll probably give you a laptop. Oh, they did, right? They gave you a laptop, something.
Yep,
Yeah,
I got a laptop. I
yeah.
got a laptop with everything already on it. So it's just, but it's like even still like answering the ticket.
Mhm.
Like stuff like that. Like I pretty much know what a ticketing system is. Like the ticketing system that I'm going to be using. By the way, the company I'm working for is called Amerikey.
Mhm.
If I don't know if I said that or not, but Amerikey, they the ticketing software that they use is called Footprint.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's like Footprint is it's not. I mean, it's little differences, as far as like the layout or whatever, but it's almost like exactly the same as OS Ticket.
It's funny.
Yeah, like almost like yeah. So it's once I seen Footprint, I was like, okay, I'm comfortable
Mm,
because I've seen this before,
yeah, that's.
or like something like it. So I felt comfortable with it when I saw it.
I'm glad to hear that. That was kind of my intent to include a ticketing system. So Good,
Give
good.
you that confidence, like
Yeah,
because I'm somewhat familiar with it.
yeah. They're all very similar. Like create ticket, SLA, user, like
Hmm
you know these things. Cool. So, do you have any future plans, if I might ask, for like future certifications or like future jobs or anything like this?
Well, right now I'm studying for the CompTIA A+. So I'm like actually working on that right now. When I've been watching the videos that you recommended, with Professor Messer.
Yeah, yeah, he's good.
I'm looking at that. I'm on YouTube. Um, I'm gonna use the Anki to create the flashcards. I've been doing that, and I don't. I'm so new to tech, so it was like, should I do cybersecurity or networking? Like I'm leaning more like towards the cybersecurity because ultimately I just want to make good money
Mm,
and be comfortable doing it. And that
yeah,
was my whole reason for getting into tech. Like I'm tired of driving hours and hours upon hours,
yeah,
and um the carpentry was good. Like I didn't mind it, but it was I need something stable. It was like the layoffs. So you get laid off, you don't know when you're going back to work. Sometime, unless you're like really, 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 really plugged in.
mm, yeah. I feel you.
Like you got to know the guy who knows the guy to get you on the job site. It's like that a lot in the union.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of
That.
nepotism.
Oh, yeah. That sucks. There's sometimes nepotism in IT, but your skill kind of trumps like everything essentially. So if you're good, you
Mhm.
don't have to worry about any of that really because there's just so many jobs, and it's just pretty easy to find work. So it's like it's not bad.
Exactly. And see, and that's another thing. Like when I went to Indeed, when I went to LinkedIn, when I went to ZipRecruiter, oh, I type in help desk, and there's like jobs upon jobs upon jobs,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
like a lot. And it's like compared to the union. I remember like last year, I think I called like every company, like in Philly, like went out to job sites and everything. Sorry, we're not hiring. We're not hiring. We're not hiring. And I was laid off for like 6 months.
dang, damn.
Yeah, like it was hard, very very hard. Matt, no, it was the year before because COVID, nobody was working anyway. So I think it was like the year before that, but
Hmm.
it was tough. It was real tough versus me having no experience. Went through CourseCareers and got a job within like 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. You did a great job with all that, the execution of the job hunt and all of that. So good job.
Hmm
Hmm.
I tell people it's a numbers game. Like it's a numbers game. Once you graduate, put in as many applications as you possibly can. Do as many interviews as you possibly can. Like let me see. It was Lucas IT staffing. It was the other one that I mentioned. Let me go to my notes. What's the name of that one again? Robert Half. I think
Oh.
there was another company that that reached out to me. So it was like the week after I graduated CourseCareers, the next week interview, the next week interview, and then it's like ultimately Marikey had reached out to me, and I didn't do nothing special. I just applied like crazy,
Mm. Do you know?
like just
Did you use that application tracking, like the template, to keep track of them, or you don't have to use that?
I just wrote it down on paper.
Oh yeah, 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 okay.
Yeah, I wrote it down on paper. Like initially, like if I didn't have my cell phone on me and they reached out, and then
Uh,
I put it in my notes.
mm.
So when they call, I could pull up my notes. Hey, we're calling from this such and such. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. So I just use my notes on my cell phone or a piece of paper.
Cool, 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 cool.
Mm.
Well, yeah. Thank you so much for the interview. Really, really appreciate it. It's glad to have you for
Thank
my,
you for
my
interviewing
first.
me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks so much.